Good evening, welcome back to Champions League Live with me, Kevin Ferris, here this evening for our second game of the evening and surely the pinnacle of the evening. After Aston Villa's 3-0 win against Young Boys a bit earlier on this evening, it is time for the old matchup, the old battle between AC Milan and Liverpool to be reignited, both under new management now and with the same ambition as previous, to be successful at the top level. A Liverpool side have won 6 Champions League trophies, and AC Milan side have won 7, and these two have historied and storied past in this competition, no less than the Miracle of Istanbul back in 2005, 19 years ago. They've played a Champions League final since then in 2007, with AC Milan getting their revenge. But European football has really had a turn since then. Liverpool have won a Champions League since then. AC Milan haven't. But is it time to turn the tide on old foes and turn into new rivalries and new battles as this new format commences this evening? Already 2 games we've witnessed already in the Champions League tonight. The Juventus and Aston Villa both winning, an English side getting off the mark. Can Liverpool follow that suit? We will see this evening. Other ties include Bayern Munich taking on Dinamo Zagreb, the champions Real Madrid, who have won it 15 times, more than double these two we're watching this evening. They face Stuttgart, and Sporting take on Lille. We'll update you on all the scores from those other 3 ties, as well as the live commentary of this one here at San Siro. As the Champions League anthem played again, let's have a look at tonight's teams then. And we start with the home side, who start in red and black, of course, their home strip. Mike Magna starts in goal, the French goalkeeper. A back 4 of David Calabria, who captains the Milan side this evening. Astrina Pavlovic, Fikayo Tomori and Teo Hernandez are the defenders. Yusuf Fofana and Ruben Loftus-Cheek make up the midfield, with Tijani Reinders leading further forward. Christian Pulisic, the right winger, left wing through Rafael Leao, and Alvaro Morata, who made a move in the summer. He leads the line for Milan this evening. On the bench, Toriani, Nava, Royale, Bertashagi, Gabbia, Giroli, Teresiano, Musa, Chukwueze, Abraham and Okafor. They on the bench, only 11 for Milan, but a full 12 on the bench for Liverpool. But their starting 11 is as follows: Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibrahim Konate, Virgil van Dijk, the captain, and Kostas Tsimikas in defence. Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister in a double pivot in midfield, with Dominic Szoboszlai further forward. Cody Gakpo is the left winger, Mo Salah the right winger, and Diogo Jota has started centre forward in all of Liverpool's games so far this season. Only 2 changes to that Liverpool side that lost to Nottingham Forest at the weekend. On the bench, Jarosz, Kelleher, Robertson, Gomez, Quansah, Bradley, Endo, Jones, Morton, Diaz, Nunez, and that man, Federico Chiesa, who makes his first involvement in a Liverpool squad this season since joining a day before deadline day at the end of August. So those are the 2 teams this evening. As I mentioned, history beckons. These two have met in the Champions League before, when Liverpool went on the run to the final. That was in the old group stages. They beat AC Milan by a 0-0 here. They were the better side, Liverpool. It's a tight night, but they won on that occasion. They'll be hoping, under new regime, on Arne Slot, their manager's birthday, they can give him a wonderful present of a first Champions League victory at the club. Kickoff in Milan is next. Very good evening, welcome to Champions League Live for our second game of the evening. It sees what a history between these 2 clubs, AC Milan and Liverpool, as the Champions League is back. New formats, and we have 4 games to bring you here at 8 o'clock this evening. All about to get underway this evening, but of course our key game is this one at San Siro between AC Milan and Liverpool to witness. And we're about to see Kickoff. A referee this evening, Espen Eskas from Norway, is our referee. AC Milan in red and black with white shorts is their home strip. Liverpool in their away strip this evening of black with a kind of teal trimmings in their colours this evening. So we get underway then. here in Milan. As well, we are underway in Munich and in Sporting in Lisbon, in the Sporting game this evening. So all underway elsewhere. Actually, not just underway, as I said it there, between Real Madrid and Stuttgart. So all 4 games underway this evening. And what a night to really listen to what could be a huge night in the crowning of these 2 clubs that have massive history in this competition over the years, have their big moments, their great moments, their bad moments as well, and their history is undoubted. But about tonight, as I said, 2 new managers in these 2 involved in these 2 clubs, managing these 2 clubs, new regimes, new history to be kind of forged in that sense. Some old heads as well, Virgil van Dijk, the like, amongst them that's won the Champions League with Liverpool, of course, as in recent times. Mo Salah as well, Trent Alexander-Arnold amongst them. There are a few more. I'm not going through them all, but there are a few more that have won the Champions League with Liverpool. Now 5 years ago since Liverpool won the Champions League, back in 2019 in Madrid. They beat Tottenham 2-0. They'd actually been to 3 Champions League finals under Jurgen Klopp. As that's a nice ball in behind. Here's a chance for Reinders across, and great challenge by Virgil van Dijk. I think the flags went up anyway, but the 2 Dutch, 1 on each side, had to be massively involved there. Tijani Reinders made the run in behind, and he was offside. It's a good back line by Liverpool there by Konate and Van Dijk, and Van Dijk has to clear it, but ultimately he didn't know at the time that the flag was going to go up. It did. That was a early scare there for Liverpool, albeit offside was the decision. Also this evening we're watching a few cup games as well. The League Cup is underway. Everton Southampton, Man United Barnsley, QPR Crystal Palace, Preston Fulham amongst those selection games that are on this evening. And in the Irish Premiership, Cliftonville against Linfield as well is a 7:45 kickoff as the top 2 meet in the Irish Premiership. Busy night to keep an eye on for you. You'll not miss a single thing here. Although here come Milan again. Pulisic down the right hand side. A chance here. Christian Pulisic finds the net and gives AC Milan an early lead. An early scare for Liverpool denied. But AC Milan cruise into the lead. And Christian Pulisic, the man to finish it. And Arne Slot may have had a great start to his league campaign with Liverpool, getting off to a wonderful start, 3 wins in a row. But already they find themselves behind inside 3 minutes. And it's really good combination football from AC Milan, and Pulisic, the runner, off the ball. And it's a wonderful finish. A cross goal. Alisson tries to close the angle. The Liverpool defence a bit too slow in closing it down. And AC Milan take an early lead here in San Siro. And that atmosphere builds early on. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 0. Christian Pulisic, first attempt, first goal. And there we are. Goodness me, not the start Liverpool would have wanted. Conceding very early in the game is exactly the opposite of what they would have probably needed in this one, to be honest. As Theo Hernandez had a bit of a moment there all of a sudden. So work early doors for Liverpool to do, finding themselves behind early on, something they really haven't had to come up against so far under Arne Slot, albeit a small sample size of 4 games. But you know, out of their league games so far, they have been really good at stopping the opposition and been very defensively sound. They kept 3 clean sheets in a row in the first 3 games under Arne Slot's reign, but now it's back-to-back games conceding so far, albeit very different circumstances. But it's a great finish by Pulisic. But again, as I said, an awful start for Liverpool, considering they would have won it started, kind of settle the game down, get off to a decent start, start to control the ball a bit more and maybe kind of grow into the game. They haven't been given that chance. They've started slow. Milan have started well with 2 really good chances early on, albeit one of them offside and the other end in the back of the net. But that electric start, catching Liverpool cold, has really kind of seen the English side behind. There's an issue here. Mike Magna has just gone down off the ball, so the AC Milan keeper is in a bit of bother, so he's going to receive a bit of treatment at the moment. No goals elsewhere to tell you about in our other games, all goalless at this moment in time. In the League Cup, the Carabao Cup, Everton have taken the lead against Southampton. Abdoulaye Doucouré with a goal there. Crystal Palace leading QPR by a goal to nil. Eddie Nketiah, who joined just a few weeks ago, he has given Crystal Palace the lead there so far. And after receiving that bit of treatment, Mike Magna is back to his feet. He will be okay to continue for the moment. So it looks like he should be okay for now. Mike Magna to continue. And we will get back underway in this one. 6.5 minutes gone, albeit a number of those have been stoppaged. So we will have a bit of stoppage time at the end of the half. But already Liverpool have a bit of a hill to climb. An early setback. But it won't derail them. Have experience in the side, albeit some youth players, some youngsters. Some kind of the new signings from last season haven't played in Champions League, remember. Of course, Liverpool weren't in the Champions League last year. They were in the Europa League, of course, last season. So their first real taste of Champions League for the likes of McAllister, who's making his debut in the competition overall. But, of course, Liverpool Champions League debuts for Dominic Szoboszlai, Ryan Gravenberch, Cody Gakpo. No, sorry, not Cody Gakpo, apologies. But some of those players in there in the midfield just learning the ropes of Champions League early on, and conceding an early goal would have been the exact opposite they would have wanted, as Hernandez wins a free kick off Gravenberch. And Gravenberch, who's played really well in the double pivot so far for Liverpool, really well worked as he tries to spin away from the ball there. He was clipped. Ryan Gravenberch will get the free kick. Tiani Reinders, the one that committed that foul. We have a goal at the Allianz Arena, I believe, or at least we thought there was. The ball has gone into the back of the net, but I don't think it's going to count. It has not counted. Bayern did have the ball in the back of the net, but there's no goal. Did not count. So 0-0 it remains there at the Allianz Arena. I'll just see the replay of it for the moment as Liverpool take that free kick. Alexander-Arnold down the right hand side of Szoboszlai, seen out well there by Pavlovic. Throw into Liverpool as it was Jamal Musiala that rolled the ball into the back of the net, but I think he was offside, so goal doesn't count for Bayern. Konate to Van Dijk. Tsimikas. Back to Van Dijk. Now Alexander-Arnold. Szoboszlai. Milan trying to make it a physical battle early on as Alexander-Arnold was caught off the ball, but back to his feet as Szoboszlai tries to switch it. Trying to find Cody Gakpo on the left flank. Tsimikas to take the throw in. Gravenberch. Back to Tsimikas. Now Van Dijk. Trying to dart it forward. Van Dijk over the top. Flicked by Szoboszlai, but Alexander-Arnold had made the run as well. Couldn't find it. An opportunity. And now Leao tries to break away, but Konate has his number covered there as Liverpool win it back. Konate. To Tsimikas. Now Gravenberch. Gakpo. Back to Konate. Liverpool looking to get some possession here. Salah. Salah through the lines. On the spin was Jota, but the ball just got away from Diogo Jota. Goal kick to Milan. Goal kick then for Milan. Bit long that from Manya. Just evaded Theo Hernandez. Liverpool will get the throw. As Alexander-Arnold tried to switch it across. McAllister to Tsimikas. Now Gakpo. This is better play from Liverpool. Gakpo with a cross. Up in the air it goes. Jota was lurking, but Manya gathered it comfortably. I think Liverpool have just kind of settled a bit more in the last few minutes. I think getting a bit of touches on the ball, a few touches on the ball, a bit of possession early on, just settled Liverpool a slight bit. They're not worried, they're not going to panic that they've gone behind, but so far Milan have been buoyed by that. As here's Morata. Has to go back the way to Tomori. Now Pavlovic. Back to Tomori. Looking for Fofana. Got a bit muddled in the middle, but Fofana comes out with the ball after the Liverpool press. This night, Reinders has the ball. Tries to get Milan forward. Konate commits and does well to win the ball. Konate under pressure. Rides that challenge. Feeds it through to Jota, but just a bit misplaced that time by Konate. It's Pavlovic. Plays the ball through. Morata trying to battle, but Tsimikas rolls it back to Alisson just in time. Under pressure. So far, that midfield looks a bit congested. Lots of bodies in there from both teams and very tight area. Milan trying to make it very compact and closed off area to not allow Liverpool that time and space on the ball, as Alexander-Arnold gets a bit confused, trying to link up with Szoboszlai, and the ball goes through to Milan. Manya pressed at the back, takes no worries about that as Calabria. Back to Tomori. Now back to Manya. And now Pavlovic. To Loftus-Cheek. Back to Pavlovic. Now Manya. Of course, both sides contrasting results at the weekend. Milan winning 4-0 here at the weekends against Venezia. And Liverpool beaten 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. Here's Calabria round the corner, finding Pulisic. Calabria back into the box it comes. Reinders trying to shoot. Well charged down and cleared away that time. Although I think the flag had gone up against Calabria. McAllister there was the one trying to clear it away. And the offside flag did go up against Calabria. He is offside, no doubt about that. So free kick to Liverpool. I have to say, San Siro in the last few minutes has certainly not been bouncing as it was when Milan scored. Albeit, are you expecting them to be bouncing the full 90? But Liverpool having a bit more possession just kind of settled the game a bit more. Van Dijk through the lines. On the spin was Gravenberch. Lays it off now to McAllister. Out to Gakpo. This is good move by Liverpool. Gakpo across. Chips it to the back post. Too much as Salah couldn't keep it in. It just drifted behind for a goal kick. But it was a good move initially by Liverpool there. Really nice play from Van Dijk through the middle to Gravenberch. McAllister. McAllister then finding Gakpo, who tried to cross it, but it's exactly what Liverpool want to do. Carve their way through the middle. Try and find that way through Milan that way. And Tsimikas brings the ball down in midfield. Gakpo on the spin. Lays it off to Jota. Now to Tsimikas. Jota drifts out to the left. Gets it back from Tsimikas. Now back to McAllister. Gravenberch to Konate. With goals to tell you about. One in the Carabao Cup at Old Trafford and one in the Allianz Arena in Munich. We'll get there in a moment. It's Liverpool holding the ball here. Van Dijk. Tsimikas. Milan just dropping off, not kind of attacking Liverpool in that sense, counter-pressing. Not really desperate to win the ball back quickly, Milan. And Liverpool playing around them at the moment. This is good move here. Salah! Off the underside of the crossbar. Back out for Gakpo. Cuts it back for Tsimikas, who hits it over the bar. That was close from Salah on his right foot, his weaker foot, shall we say, but that was close. He's just onside, I believe, there as he received the ball from Jota. And the strike, it's a really fiery effort, just off the underside of the crossbar. Fabulous effort. The keeper, I think, was a goner there. Big chance for Liverpool. Ultimately not finding the net. Goals I can tell you about then as Liverpool press this Milan goal kick. Gakpo trying to battle for it back. And Tomori trying his very best to get it away, but has to go out for a goal kick again. Goal in Munich at the Allianz Arena, but there is a VAR check ongoing, so we will wait and see confirmation there. Elsewhere, Manchester United have taken the lead against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. Marcus Rashford with the goal. Everton have now conceded again. Southampton, Taylor Howard-Bellis has equalised for Southampton at Goodison Park. Brentford lead 2-1 against Leyton Orient. Still Crystal Palace 1, QPR 0. And Preston Fulham is still goalless. And I can confirm to you there has been no goal at the Allianz Arena. The goal has been disallowed once again by VAR. The referee went to the screen, had a look, and the call the call was no goal. So 0-0 it remains there between Bayern and Dinamo Zagreb. Although I do believe there's been a penalty given. I'm baffled. There was a goal that came up that said they'd scored a goal. That was disallowed, and now they've pulled it back for a penalty. So Harry Kane on the spot here for Bayern. That's very confusing. I can tell you as AC Milan try and come forward, but Harry Kane has given Bayern the lead. Goodness me. I don't know how or why or what has happened there, but Bayern Munich have taken the lead through a penalty. I think everybody got a bit confused there as to what was going on. But it is 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Anyway, back here in Milan. Here's McAllister to Tsimikas. Back to McAllister. Finds Gakpo in the half space. On the turn was Gakpo. Flicks it round the corner for Tsimikas, who looks to chip it to find Salah, but too high that time as Alexander-Arnold will try and cross it. Blocked off by Calabria, who tries to see Milan out of trouble. Nice link up there from Calabria. Under pressure again as he has to go back to Mike Maignan. Now Pavlovic. Salah was there, but Pavlovic got past him, although he gives it away to Gravenberch. Now Szoboszlai tried to square it across the edge of the box, but no one in Liverpool black to win it back. Although Gakpo's committed in winning it back. McAllister. Now Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool seem to have bossed this game a bit more in the last few minutes, having more possession. Certainly trying to threaten Milan and try and get that equaliser. Ball switched out to the left. Jota tried to take it down, but couldn't take the touch, and ultimately goes out for a throw on the far side to AC Milan. Say Liverpool have certainly played decent football so far. Certainly similarities to their first 4 games under Arne Slot in terms of the way they want to play. That consistency in their play is still very much there. It's about getting the final piece done and getting the ball in the net. That's just eluding them at this moment in time. They are looking somewhat of a threat so far. Still 1-0 to Milan though. Still 0-0 in Madrid, with the champions are facing Stuttgart at the Bernabeu, and still 0-0 in Lisbon as well, where Sporting are facing Lille in the Champions League. Here's Van Dijk. McAllister to Konate. Out wide to Szoboszlai. Alexander-Arnold looking to switch it deep. Gakpo's the target. Takes the touch infield as Gakpo felt he was fouled there by Calabria. He goes down. The referee says no, as I think he is going to give the free kick now, and Calabria is going to get a yellow card, but he had to think about that, the referee. And Gakpo did get the touch, and I think Calabria is going to get a yellow card. He is for this. So Calabria giving away the foul. Yeah, he takes out the Liverpool man there, and Cody Gakpo as he tries to win the ball. Calabria, it is a foul. And a yellow card as well for his troubles. So a free kick for Liverpool, high up on the left-hand side, for the Milan captain, giving away that free kick on Cody Gakpo. Let's see what they can do here, Liverpool, from this set piece. Villa scored their first goal from a set piece a bit earlier on. Can Liverpool equalise from a set piece here? Vinod says, yo bro from India here. Great to have you with us. Great to have everybody with us this evening for this one. So Alexander-Arnold to take this free kick. What can he do from this position? High up on the left-hand side, more like a corner really, as he chips it into the box, and it's headed on and in by Ibrahima Konate. A towering force in the box. Great delivery from Alexander-Arnold, and flicked on and headed in by Ibrahima Konate, who strikes Liverpool level. Calabria is still arguing about the foul given before, but nonetheless, Liverpool are back level, and Ibrahima Konate, the finisher, towers above everyone else. The keeper has no chance. His marker, I think that might be Tomori there. It was. Both get beaten in the air by Konate. Strides up and heads it in for 1-1. And there we are. Liverpool back level in Milan. And Arne Slot feels it. He knows it. Punches the air as Paulo Fonseca tries to G up his side and get them back in this one, where Liverpool have probably been more involved, more in control, much more threatening. Albeit they didn't have really much time to start, conceding so early, but since conceding in that moment, they've probably been the better side. And that, for a captain to give away a free kick in that area, for such a set-piece taker like Alexander-Arnold, and such threats as Konate and Van Dijk, etc., in those positions, it is a big moment and a big goal for Liverpool. As I said, they desperately didn't want to concede early. Of course not, no one wants to concede early, but especially in your first Champions League game under the new manager and their new regime, the last thing you need is that early kind of setback. But they didn't look bothered, they didn't look worried, and they looked pretty calm about it, Liverpool. And they have just worked hard in the last 15-20 minutes to work their way back and get that leveller. Here's Leao for Milan. And honestly, we haven't really seen much of Milan's attack since they scored. It's been, again, as I said, Liverpool have probably dominated the possession. As they have in the majority of all of their games so far. Liverpool had a lot of possession, a lot of control. And I did say that once Liverpool started to get a foothold in the game, here they come again. Here is Gakpo. Now finds Jota, who just misses the target. And that could have been 2-1. It was actually McAllister that makes the run. And he just flicks it across for Jota, who just has to slot it in past Mania, and he hits it wide. His clinical finishing is always his top target, his top attribute for Jota, but he missed that quite clearly. And Gakpo was in there as well for Liverpool. That could have been a big moment. But they're starting to find a bit of a groove in this game so far, Liverpool. Seeing a bit more control, a bit more of their attacking threat. And they're dictating the game a bit more. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Linking up with Szoboszlai, the give and go. So Alexander-Arnold does keep it in far on the right hand side. Looks to go for the low cross to Salah. Salah with a shot. Straight at Mike Maignan that time. But again, better movement from Liverpool. Back to front really quickly. And Salah squeezed it through too there in Pavlovic and Fofana to get the shot. Albeit all he could do was head it straight at Mike Maignan. Still 1-1. Long ball forward by Maignan. Konate was the first connection, but second ball picked up by Reinders. Back to Tomori. Calabria. Now Tomori again. Pavlovic. Into midfield. Reinders. Calabria. There's AC Milan looking to get a bit of possession now. Well, Liverpool regarded as having probably one of the most difficult fixture ratings, or fixture difficulties of any team in the competition. Out of all of their opponents, only two sides are regarded as to having a better opposition average rating, higher than Liverpool. Sparta Prague and PSG are the two sides deemed to have a more difficult fixture rate list in the league, in the Champions League this season, than Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool have this trip here in Milan. They head to Leipzig as well. They have Real Madrid and Leverkusen at home. They play Lille at home, PSV away, Bologna and Girona as well. So some tough fixtures in there, some tough away games and some tough home games. Of course, the old foes Real Madrid and their former midfielder in Xabi Alonso, now managing Bayer Leverkusen, also coming to Anfield in this term. So there's some big games on the cards for Liverpool in the Champions League. There are no kind of easy wins for Liverpool at this level, and that's what makes it so intriguing. You know, new regime at Liverpool. It's not Jurgen Klopp Liverpool anymore that has beaten all of these sides or has done a number on all of these sides before. But here comes Gakpo. This is nice movement. Gakpo! The rebound saved by Maignan. Salah! Off the bar again! That's twice on the night that Mo Salah has hit the crossbar. Goodness me, Liverpool should be at least 3-1 ahead here. Salah's hit the crossbar twice. Jota's missed the target. Could be 3 or 4-1 with the chances they've created, Liverpool. Fabulous work by Gakpo. Drives in diagonally from that left-hand side. Cuts it back. Has that shot across goal. Maignan with a punched save. Falls to Salah, who has to take a touch, and then the strike. It's too much. He hit it too well. And it came crashing off the underside of the crossbar and out. But goodness me. Twice from Salah, who is their all-time top scorer in the Champions League, of course. Mo Salah, 41 goals in the UEFA Champions League for Liverpool. And he probably could have had 2 more tonight so far, albeit none to show for it at this rate. And also, 41 Champions League goals for Mo Salah for Liverpool is the highest tally of any player has recorded for an English club ever. So he is the highest scoring at an English club ever. And of course, Liverpool's highest scoring player in the Champions League. As that's good pressing by McAllister. And now here comes Salah. Salah strides across. He's got bodies with him. Salah holds on. Couldn't find the pass, but I think the referee's going to pull it back for a free kick here. For a pullback on Salah. And I think a yellow card might be coming here as well. For, I think that might be Fofana. It is Yusuf Fofana. So Fofana with a yellow card. Yeah, it's no doubt about it. The referee had a great view of it, by the way. He just pulled Salah's left shoulder backwards. It is a foul. And a yellow card for stopping a promising attack. So for another free kick for Liverpool. They scored from the first one. Szoboszlai and Alexander-Arnold are over this one. Amongst options for Liverpool. Just over 31 minutes gone. Milan 1. Liverpool 1. It's quite a distance out here. They're going to go directly. It's about 30 yards. Although not insurmountable, but certainly not ideal angle or distance. Tsimikas and Alexander-Arnold over it. His body's in the box, so they want to deliver it. Alexander-Arnold will shoot low, but that's cleared away. Albeit, so that free kick comes to nothing. And Liverpool keep the possession. You can't begrudge Alexander-Arnold that, to be honest. Having a shot from there, albeit from a distance, but it's not insurmountable for him and his range. Scored some wonder free kicks for Liverpool before. He's already got an assist from one, so he's already doing his work so far this evening. Is Liverpool again? We see that so often from Liverpool. I want to mention it in a moment because AC Milan are coming away with the ball here, so I'll mention it in a second. As Loftus-Cheek has a heavy touch, which Konate sends flying. But Liverpool have done that. Where they've got the most joy this evening is when they play quick passes right up the middle, up the spine of the team. It's the centre-back to the midfielder, to the attacking midfielder, to the centre-forward. Right up the spine of the team. We've seen it's Van Dijk to McAllister to Szoboszlai to Jota. They're all spinning and turning on the ball, or even Gravenberch, contrastingly as well, through the middle. Really kind of penetrating right up the middle of the opponent. Trying to dart their way through, and they've got a bit of joy from it, albeit they've got joy wide as well, as Tsimikas now finds Jota. Jota back to Tsimikas. Tsimikas at the byline, looking for the cut back. I think it took a touch there off. I think that might be Tomori. I think it might be a corner here for Liverpool. Yeah, the Liverpool players seemed a bit unsure about that, but it did come off Tomori last, so corner to Liverpool. We have a goal in Munich to tell you about. We'll get there in a moment after this Liverpool corner. So Konate will be closely marked this time, I'm sure. After scoring the first set piece, he'll be highly rated and highly marked in there this time round. As Alexander-Arnold gets ready to deliver this corner. The referee just sorting out a few issues in the box. Mike Magna is the one that's being intensely spoken to by the referee. As Virgil van Dijk's in and around him. There's a lot of bodies in that 6-yard box. Right on the goalkeeper. Here's Alexander-Arnold to take this corner. Right-footed across the front post. Gakpo will be there to pick it up as Calabria cleared it. Alexander-Arnold to deliver again, a whip one. Headed away that time by Loftus-Cheek. It's good defending by Milan on that occasion. Salah tried to rescue that wayward pass by Szoboszlai, and now Milan pick it up, but Salah blocks off the chance there for Theo Hernandez. Throw into Milan. Goal in Munich, as I said, and it is a second for Bayern this evening. Bayern have doubled their lead against Dinamo Zagreb. It is now 2-0 to Bayern Munich. Rafael Guerrero with the goal to double the lead for Munich, Bayern. Real Madrid and Stuttgart. It's 0-0, but the referee is going to the monitor here to check for a possible penalty. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I think there might be a penalty on the cards, and it's for Stuttgart, I believe. I do believe that's the case. Or actually, it might be for Real Madrid. I'm not too sure. But I'll let you know what happens. They are checking for a penalty there in that game, as Konate had a bit of defending to do. He did well in clearing the ball away as Alexander-Arnold under pressure. But the ball just went out of play there as Gravenberch tried to rescue it. So throw in to Milan. The referee still checking this penalty in the game in Madrid. It's a clash of feet between Rudiger and the Zagreb number, or the Stuttgart number 7, and the referee has said no penalty. So no penalty there in Madrid. So all that for an anticlimax. An anticlimactic ending to that build-up. Still 1-1 here in Milan between AC Milan and Liverpool, but Liverpool have had many's a chance to take the lead already tonight. This evening, Preston have taken the lead against Fulham. It's half-time in the Carabao Cup. Man United now 2-0 ahead against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup as well at Old Trafford. Anthony with a penalty has doubled United's lead. It is Brentford 3-1 up against Leyton Orient. And in the Irish Premiership, it is 0-0 between the top two, Cliftonville and Linfield at Solitude. So, that's where we stand elsewhere. Back here, though, there is this big stoppage at the moment. Will be a Milan throw, though, coming here. 8 minutes of the first half to go. A first half where, as I said, Liverpool have had many's a chance to take the lead. They've come from behind to be level in this game, but Mo Salah's hit the crossbar twice. Jota's hit missed the target. Gakpo's had one saved as well. They've had some big opportunities, Liverpool, to try and go in front, but so far it is still 1-1. Considering the slow start they had, they caught cold from Milan's very energetic start. Liverpool have certainly built their way back into the game and definitely been on top since, albeit without showing it in terms of the scoreline. Here's Gakpo again trying to stride away, but hounded there in the middle, but does incredibly well to keep the ball as McAllister now strailed to the floor. Liverpool keep the ball moving and the referee does play advantage. Gravenberch to Alexander-Arnold, sorry. Nice Salah. Back to Alexander-Arnold. A goal in Lisbon to tell you about in just a moment. It's Van Dijk now down the left-hand side of Tsimikas. Starts it infield quickly on Gakpo on the spin. Gakpo with a shot. Straight down the keeper's throat. It was a rocket of an effort. A lot of pace and power behind it, and the accuracy was there, but ultimately Mike Maignan had it covered. Seen it from a long distance and got the catch on the ball well. Goal, as I said, in Lisbon this evening between Sporting and Lille. Sporting have taken the lead. Victor Gyökeres, the former West Brom player, Victor Gyökeres, has given Sporting the lead. Sporting 1, Lille 0. Sorry, the former Brighton player. Got my teams confused. I knew he played for a club in England, like Victor Gyökeres, but I got mixed up between my clubs. Brighton was who he used to play for, and he's given Sporting the lead this evening in the Champions League. Sporting side have been the better side. Lille without a shot in that game. It's been all Sporting in terms of the attacking play, and they have taken the lead. And another goal in Munich to tell you about. Bayern are really turning up the pyre, and another new man joining them from Crystal Palace. Michael Olise has got his first Champions League goal in his career, and Bayern are now leading by 3-0. So 3-0 to Bayern there against Zagreb. Still 1-1 here at Milan, but here come Liverpool again. Here's Jota, now across to Salah. Mo Salah trying to step onto his left and find the bottom right corner, but Maignan with a strong hand denies him again. Salah is desperate for it, but it's just not falling for him tonight. That's a really good work. Steps across Pavlovic, waits for Tomori to come across and just rolls it with his left boot, trying to find the bottom left right corner. And Maignan got a strong left hand to parry it wide, but Again, Salah coming close. Liverpool coming close. We have a red card to tell you about in Sporting. We'll get in Lisbon. Sorry, in the Sporting match. We'll get there in a moment. Liverpool have a corner. Tsimikas to take on this right hand side. Mo Salah desperate for a goal. Hasn't found it yet. Tsimikas to deliver this corner. Left footed delivery. Narrow across. Headed on and in. Centre backs apiece. One scored the equalizer. The others scored the goal that gives Liverpool the lead. Konate with the first. Van Dijk with the second. Tsimikas' cross headed in by the Liverpool captain, Virgil van Dijk. And Liverpool have taken the lead. It's great delivery, great header, great goal. Again, it's poor marking from Milan. See it again. Van Dijk on the keeper. He just shoves Reinders away from him, completely unmarked. Gets a free header. There's no doubt which way or where it's going, but into the back of the nets. And Liverpool have turned this one around in the first half from conceding after just 2.5 minutes the opening goal, and both of their centre-backs have turned it around. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 2. It's good we didn't go to Lisbon for that one, otherwise we would have missed that goal. Glad we did stay in Milan for this one. I can tell you, in the game in Lisbon, it is Lisbon who have had that, or Lille, sorry, that have had that kind of double blow. They've conceded, and they've also gone down to 10 for a foul just 2 minutes later. And Angel Gomez with his second yellow card is down to 10 as Salah comes forward. Tried to cross it to Jota, cleared away. Liverpool are really looking to kind of kill this off now in this first half. They're running rampant at the moment, desperate for another and another and another. As Tsimikas had a shot from distance. Goodness me, that just went narrowly wide. Liverpool are desperate for this at the moment. Well, 3 of our games have goals. The only one without a goal so far is the game involving the champions. Real Madrid lead 0-0 against Stuttgart, the German side. Real Madrid have actually, it's been a very even game. Of course, Kylian Mbappe making his Champions League debut for Real Madrid this evening. Jude Bellingham also back in the side after his early season injury. But so far, it's not clicking for Real Madrid so far, as Stuttgart are certainly making a nuisance of themselves. It is still 0-0 in the Bernabeu. As Milan have a throw-in down the right-hand side. Less than 2 minutes to go with the first half. Here's Fofana. Pulisic. Back to Calabria now. Tomori looking to switch it across. Brought down by Rafael Leao. Alexander-Arnold in chase, but Leao holds him off. Gets the cross in. Goes all the way through. Tsimikas might have got a hold on his man there, but the referee says no penalty as Gakpo comes away with it. Now Jota. And he goes back to Van Dijk. But I have to say a replay on that one. It looked like Tsimikas maybe got a slight touch to him, but not enough to take him to the ground. I think it might have been Pulisic, and ultimately Liverpool come away with the ball, and I don't think VAR having any questions of the referee's initial decision of no penalty. So we play on for the last minute of the first 45. We'll see how long will be added on at this moment. Here is Konate to Van Dijk. Try to squeeze it through the lines, but that little hole to Gravenberch was closed off. And now Milan want to come forward. Pulisic. Back to Reinders. Liverpool get lots of bodies back. All of their players back, to be honest. But here's a little gap for the Loftus-Cheek to try and turn, but instantly gives it back to Alexander-Arnold. The Salah rides the challenge. Szoboszlai tried to rescue it, but just lost his footing as Alexander-Arnold pumps it up the field. Well clear of danger there. As we will have 5 added minutes at the end of the half, so a long spout of additional time at the end of this first half. Here in Milan, a couple of injury stoppages. I said that we did have a long stoppage after Milan scored. We didn't get restarted. They scored in the 3rd minute, and we didn't get restarted until the 7th minute. So we had a 4-minute stoppage for Mike Maignan issue, which he has miraculously recovered from. Whatever that issue may be, maybe it was just cramp or maybe a slight pulling of a muscle, but he's seemingly overcome that one in the first half. But we do have 5 added minutes at the end of the half, so still a bit before the interval here in Milan. Pavlovic looking to switch it, trying to find Calabria, but maybe just slightly overhit that one. He did, Pavlovic, and Calabria couldn't reach, so a throw into Liverpool incoming. Van Dijk gets it from Tsimikas from the throw. Liverpool just looking to dictate the game at their own pace now. Tsimikas, Gakpo looking for options, squares it across to Szoboszlai in the space. Tried to flick it round the corner for Salah, but just under hit from Szoboszlai. That's Gravenberch battling to win the ball back. Szoboszlai does well. It's Liverpool again trying to battle for every single ball, and that one just goes out from Szoboszlai. See it, they stretch and battle for everything, Liverpool, and that intensity is getting them around the field really quickly. Just throwing in challenges and just on that line between committing a foul and winning it back a bit kind of cheekily, shall we say, from Liverpool, as Leao does wonderfully. Fabulous work to send Konate on his charge, and Konate gets back at him, and Leao goes to ground wanting a foul. The referee says no, which doesn't get a great reaction from Leao or the crowd, but to me, Leao did absolutely incredibly to spin past Konate, and Konate wasn't having any of it. Got back really well. I don't think... Yeah, I have to say, that's a great decision by the referee. I have to be honest. First look, I thought that's a foul, but he doesn't pull him, Konate, at all. He kind of muscles around with him and goes shoulder to shoulder, but there's no push, no shove, no kind of indication that he pulled him to the ground at all there on the replay, and the referee spotted that first time. Great decision to not give a foul there. So we're halfway through the added time. Here comes Alexander-Arnold, looking to lift it into the box as Gakpo was the target, cleared away. Szoboszlai, back to Alexander-Arnold. Now Konate. Alexander-Arnold again, looking for a cross. We'll just spin it out to Gakpo. Chests it down. Gakpo on the edge of the box with a strike. Forces a big save off Maignan. Corner incoming for Liverpool. 2 minutes of the half to go, but they have been pumping it at Mike Maignan consistently for the last 20 minutes. They've had many's a chance, Liverpool. They should be well clear in this game for the chances they've created in this first half. There are some really good chances. Maignan with the saves, a couple of misses, they've hit the woodwork twice. Here's Tsimikas to take this corner for Liverpool. Right hand side, they scored from the last one he delivered. Tsimikas, left footed again. In again. Maignan to palm it away. Szoboszlai to recycle. A bit awkward there for Calabria to head away, and Salah, I think, might have been just offside as he was chasing the ball. So free kick to AC Milan. Last minute of the half. Milan 1, Liverpool 2. We'll run you through every score of all the games we're keeping up to date with this evening and all the goal scorers for you at half time, so don't worry about that. We'll let you know of everything that's happened around Europe and in the Carabao Cup in England and in the Irish Premiership as well, as that's all to come. Switch ball to Leao. Tries to get past Alexander-Arnold, who nips a foot in to put it out for the throw. Theo Hernandez will take this throw in. Pavlovic. Back across to Tomori. Fofana getting a bit muddled as Reinders had to rescue that away. He felt under pressure in the midfield. And that little spell of possession ends the half. A first half which saw AC Milan come flying out of the blocks and taking an early lead against Liverpool. But the power of comebacks has been known under a previous manager for Liverpool. But it's their two centre-backs that have conjured that comeback up. Konate and Van Dijk both with headed goals from set pieces as Liverpool ahead at the break. Half-time at the San Siro. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 2. Analysis and updates from around the grounds on the way next. Welcome back to Champions League Live this evening with me, Kevin Ferris, here in LFS. Halfway through our second game of the evening, of course, in the Champions League, and it is AC Milan 1, Liverpool 2 at the break. So Arne Slot's early scare sees Liverpool bounce back and lead in the capital of fashion at Milan in Europe. I think I messed that phrase up. They are the fashion capital of the world. That's exactly what I should have said. Anyway, half-time in our 8 o'clock kickoffs around Europe. We're going to bring you up to date with all the scores, all the happenings of the first half. 3 of our 4 games have goals in them and action in them in that first half. But let's bring you back to the earlier games this evening, where we saw Juventus score the first goal of the new format of the Champions League. Through Kenan Yildiz. They were cruising 3-0 before a late consolation from PSV denied them a clean sheet, but it's 3-1 it finished there for Juventus. It was a clean sheet and 3 goals for Aston Villa, albeit they had 2 disallowed in the game, but young boys started the better side. Aston Villa came into the game and looked no further. Yuri Tielemans with the opener. The second came through Jacob Ramsey before Ollie Watkins thought he'd scored the third. That was disallowed. John Duran thought he'd scored the third. That was disallowed, both for handball, and the third was found by Amadou Onana. Third time lucky, and Aston Villa come away with 3 points and a clean sheet in Switzerland for their first Champions League game. So 2 big wins earlier on this evening. To tonight's 8 o'clock kickoffs then. In our game we saw AC Milan and Liverpool battle it out in that first half in San Siro, and as Liverpool that had the advantage at the half, Christian Pulisic actually gave AC Milan the lead inside just 3 minutes with a really nice effort from a narrow angle, finding the net in the far corner. That gave AC Milan the lead. Liverpool then started to dominate the game, control the game and build. They found their equaliser through Ibrahima Konate from a Alexander-Arnold set piece before Kostas Tsimikas, the other fullback, set up the other centre-back for Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain, giving Liverpool the lead. All four defenders involved in those 2 goals. That's fabulous. Not very unheard of, but there you are. Bayern Munich leading Dinamo Zagreb by 3-0 at half-time. That I can tell you. Bayern Munich have had a penalty, had their penalty awarded. They had a goal disallowed just before they'd opened the scoring. Serge Gnabry had a goal disallowed before they had a penalty claim checked by VAR and awarded when the referee went to the monitor. Harry Kane stepped up and scored, as is per, to give Bayern the lead. Rafael Guerreiro then doubled Bayern's lead just around 14 minutes later, before 5 minutes after that Michael Olise got his first ever Champions League goal when putting Bayern 3-0 up. That's where they stand at half time. They've had 75% possession in that first half, Bayern. 10 shots, just the one shot from Dinamo Zagreb. It's a pretty tough night for those travelling there. So it is 3-0 to Bayern. 0-0 in our game, the only game without a goal this evening. Real Madrid and Stuttgart, the champions. Real Madrid won 15 Champions Leagues, won their 15th in the summer. Jude Bellingham's back, Kylian Mbappe. What more do they need? Well, clearly, something's missing from that first half. They had a penalty shout that was ruled out on Antonio Rudiger, but that is the only real call of action. Stuttgart have matched them pretty well. Stuttgart have edged possession in that first half. They actually have the better scoring opportunities, with their XG being higher. They have 2 big chances, Stuttgart, which they've missed, but Real Madrid haven't created a big chance according to the stats. And there's been 9 shots apiece in the game between the two sides, with Stuttgart just edging the shots on target. So clearly a bit missing from Real Madrid in that first half, and it is only 0-0 at the break. So still a lot to play for in that one at the break. And in our other game this evening from our 8 o'clockers, sees Sporting leading Lille by a goal to 0 at half time. Victor Gyökeres, the former Brighton man, gave Sporting the lead in the 38th minute. Just 2 minutes later, Angel Gomez, of course, got his first call up for England under Lee Carsley in the last international break. And Angel Gomez got a yellow card in the 21st minute, and he got his second yellow and was sent to the stands just 2 minutes after Sporting had taken the lead. A double blow for Lille sees them down to 10 and a goal down at half-time in Lisbon. So that's where we stand in all of our 8 o'clockers here in the Champions League this evening. That's where we stand. We'll run you through what the table looks like as it stands in a moment, because that's the big kind of exciting point of this kind of new format. We get to look at how the table goes and how it's standing, so we'll certainly bring you that just before the second half gets underway. Elsewhere in the Carabao Cup, this evening's Carabao Cup fixtures ongoing in England. Brentford leading Leyton Orient by 3-1. Everton and Southampton in the second half still 1-1 at Goodison. Preston still leading Fulham by a goal to 0. QPR have equalised against Crystal Palace in that London derby. Sam Field with the equaliser there after Eddie Nketiah gave Crystal Palace the lead. And it's cruise control for Manchester United. Very rare that we say that this season, but that's back-to-back games where they are leading 3-0, albeit against Southampton and Barnsley. Marcus Rashford, Anthony with a penalty, and Alejandro Garnacho has Man United 3-0 up at half-time there. And in the Irish Premiership, the top two between Cliftonville and Linfield. Linfield thought they'd taken the lead, but it is 0-0 at Solitude. Cliftonville 0, Linfield 0. The two at the top of the table, both on level on points heading into this one this season. 13 points from their first 6 between those two. And they're drawing at the moment. Right, that's where we stand elsewhere and all around the grounds. But, of course, with this new format of the Champions League, as I mentioned, the league table is what we crave, what we love to see, the swip-swapping, the chopping and changing of sides from up and down the league table. We will bring you that league table because we are just sorting out a few formatting issues for the moment. But while that takes place, I can tell you that, of course, Aston Villa and Juventus were the top two before any of the late games kicked off. Let's just show you that table then. We can show you it now. This is the league table as it stands after Aston Villa and Juventus' wins earlier on this evening. So Aston Villa are currently top of the table at the moment on alphabetical order, I believe, in terms of order of result. So that's why they lead the way. But they have equal scoreline with Bayern Munich, who are leading 3-0. They're currently second. Juventus are just behind on goal difference, plus 2 goal difference on 3 points. Liverpool currently in 4th on that table. Sporting in 5th, and then Real Madrid and Stuttgart both 6th and 7th, and then everybody else below that, right till the very bottom, up until you go down to the right down the very bottom. We do still have a few issues with the table. We do apologise, but we can't show you the bottom of the table for the moment. We will resolve that. But sitting at the bottom of the table, I can tell you, not that it really matters at this stage, Young Boys at the bottom, they're equalled by Dinamo Zagreb. PSV then currently sit 3rd bottom, and Lille and Milan both on the same front, as they are both losing by just the 1 goal. So that's where the table stands at the moment, but of course still very early doors, only a third of the way through match day 1's fixtures. 6 to come tomorrow, 6 to come on Thursday, so there is a lot of Champions League football on match day 1 still to be played in the coming days. But at half-time in Milan, in our feature game this evening of our 4 8 o'clock kickoffs, it is currently AC Milan 1, Liverpool 2, and the second half of that game is on the way in just a moment. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Champions League Live. The second half in San Siro is on the way in just a moment, a couple of minutes away. Just to tell you then, of course, what we've still got to come this midweek. Tomorrow we watch a repeat of the 2023 Champions League final as Manchester City host Inter Milan in Manchester, of course, at the Etihad Stadium. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock kickoff. That is our feature game tomorrow. We'll also have updates from Celtic Park. Celtic will face Slovan Bratislava. Dortmund heading to Club Brugge, and PSG hosting Girona are all 8 o'clock kickoffs. And we'll have full-time scores from Bologna Shakhtar and Sparta Prague RB Salzburg, the 2 early games. Then on Thursday night, our feature game also involves a Premier League side as we watch Arsenal head to Atalanta in Bergamo for their matchup later in the week. That will also be alongside the likes of AS Monaco against Barcelona, Leipzig's trip to Madrid to face Atletico, and Stade Brest welcoming Sturm Graz in France. And we'll have full-time scores of Red Star against Benfica and Feyenoord Leverkusen. That's on Thursday night. So 2 more nights of Champions League action, 2 more games to bring you after these 2 tonight. It is at least 2 Champions League games every single match day for the next 8 match days here on LFS. We've had this bumper week of action, 4 games for you to bring you this midweek. It's been a fantastic start to the competition tonight. Lots of goals, lots of drama, lots of action, and lots of excitement. So far, so good for the English sides, with Villa winning 3-0 a bit earlier on, and Liverpool leading at the break in Milan. Both centre-backs striking Liverpool into a lead after Christian Pulisic gave AC Milan the lead just after 3 minutes. But Konate and Van Dijk's goals have turned the tables in Milan in the first half, and the second half is about to get underway. The players will be re-entering the field in just a moment, as they will be across Europe this evening from our other 3 games elsewhere. But I have to say, while we do wait for the players to return for the second half, I want to just mention that first half and really kind of the way it went, the way it kind of flowed. Liverpool went behind, didn't really have much time to kind of get to grips with the first half before they did go behind, and I think ultimately they were the better side when they got on the ball, when they controlled the possession, when they kind of grew into the game. And I think, to be honest, Arne Slot will be happy with the way his side responded, albeit not happy that they conceded so early in a game and having to come back from behind. Of course, that's been the kind of rhetoric so far with Arne Slot in his time at Liverpool. Even in the Man United game away at Old Trafford, he spoke about in his post-match interview about how there were too many shots on his goal. His goalkeeper was tested too much, and they kept a clean sheet in that game. So clearly, he really wants to hammer home being defensively solid, being sound, stopping the opposition having chances first and foremost. And I think conceding that early goal would have kind of shocked him, upset him a bit. But the way his side responded to that, getting 2 goals, getting the lead before half time, will certainly give him confidence that his side are well capable of getting a result here tonight. And to be honest, it's quite a deceiving scoreline, because Liverpool have been the better side. They certainly could be further ahead. Mo Salah's hit the crossbar twice in the game. As I said, Gakpo had a shot saved. Jota's missed the target. So they've had at least 3 or 4 good chances, other than the 2 goals, where they could have scored. Albeit not all clear-cut goal-scoring chances, but half chances where they could have found the net. And from good positions. And I think that will be a positive for Liverpool to build on, the fact that they've had more chances than just the 2 goals. So it's not like they're scraping by. They are building and creating good opportunities and pushing for more. Even when they went 2-0 up, they were still pushing for another more and more goals, and more options, more and more attacking options, and more kind of opportunities in the game. The players back out on the field then. The second half's underway elsewhere in Munich and in Madrid. We'll get you to Madrid in a second once we get the second half started, because we have a bit of news to tell you about there, and some big news to tell you about. So we'll get there in a moment as the players ready to get the second half started here in Milan. We'll also get you news from the Carabao Cup, a few scores to bring you, so a lot of action just as we're ready to start the second half here, as is per usual. 2 or 3 minutes to fill before the players come back out, not a single bit of action, and then as soon as we come back, all the goals go in, all the drama happens. It's just the way. It's always the way. Liverpool attacking from right to left, Milan from left to right in the second half, so we get underway. Once again, I can bring you to the Bernabeu, where there's been a goal, and it is Real Madrid who have taken the lead. Kylian Mbappe with his debut Champions League goal for Real Madrid has given Real Madrid the lead at the Bernabeu. Great chance. Rodrigo with a squared ball, and Kylian Mbappe had to adjust, but he had a very good opportunity, and there's more chance of him scoring that than missing it, most certainly. 1-0 to Real Madrid. We have a goal as well in Munich to tell you about. It's not 4-0 Bayern, it's a consolation, or could be the starting of a comeback for Dinamo Zagreb. They've got one back. Bruno Petkovic has got Zagreb back, on the score sheet at least this evening. 3-1 in Munich. Right, so that's the scores elsewhere, updated for you from the Champions League, as Liverpool try and dart one in behind there. Jota beaten to it by the confident Mike Maignan. I can tell you from the Carabao Cup, it is 2-1 to Crystal Palace against QPR. Eberezer has retaken the lead for Crystal Palace, and Man United have extended their lead to 4-0 now. Alejandro Garnacho with his second on the night to make it 4-0 to Manchester United. Right, to the action here in Milan eventually. Here's Van Dijk. Tsimikas. Now to McAllister. Van Dijk. Now out to Alexander-Arnold. We have another goal. I believe we might have another goal in Munich. I don't want to preempt it. I'll get to that in a moment because I need confirmation, but there might be. Here's Gakpo for Liverpool. Striding across from the left. Flicking it, trying to link up with Szoboszlai, who misplaced his pass, but Alexander-Arnold there to pick up the pieces and finds Cody Gakpo's shot charge down. Jota! Shot saved by Maignan, who took a real rifling there, but I think the free kick's going to go the way of Milan. I think Jota might have kicked Maignan there, maybe. See it again. I mean, he kicked the ball, Jota, but right into the torso of kind of Maignan there. It's a bit of luck because Gakpo took the shot. It deflected off the defender across the box to Jota, and then Jota had the shot straight at Mike Maignan. Closed down the angle really well, the Milan keeper, and stopped it, and he's taken a bit of kind of pain out of that one. I can tell you, so while Milan get a free kick here, I can tell you there has been another goal in Munich. I can confirm. And I said kind of half-heartedly, you know, that goal for Dinamo Zagreb could be the start of a comeback. I said it kind of flippantly, like, maybe. It might really be, because they've got another one. And it is Bayern Munich 3, Dinamo Zagreb 2. From a period of pure control and dominance and ill worry for Bayern, 3-0 up. The start of the second half, inside 5 minutes, they've conceded 2 goals. Bruno Petkovic with the first, and Takuya Ogiwara with the second. It is 3-2. Game most certainly on in Munich. Wow. Champions League always excites. 3-2. Goodness me. Goodness me. Oh, wow. So 3-2 there. We do still have the stoppage why Mike Maignan does get a bit of treatment on the field, so he seems to have been really painfully taken on that occasion so far. So there is a stoppage here, but that is crazy in Munich. Is there a collapse on the cards? A collapse of all collapses. We'll see. It's a great start to the second half for Dinamo Zagreb. The Croatian side, who I said at half-time, it's been a tough night for them so far, considering they had just 1 shot in the first half. They have more shots in the first 5 minutes of the second half than they did in the whole of the first. That's quite remarkable. And both of those shots ending up in the back of the net. So it's 3-2 there. And I think there might be a need a change of goalkeeper here for AC Milan, because Mike Maignan is being strapped up, and there's the keeper, the substitute keeper is ready to go on the sidelines. I think that's Lorenzo Torriani, the 19-year-old Italian. Was involved in their friendlies for Milan early before the season got underway, but has been on the bench in all of their league games so far, and all 4 Serie A games, but hasn't made an appearance, of course. But Mike Maignan helped back to his feet here. It is going to look to be the end of his night for the Milan keeper, who has made 5 saves tonight. He's been incredible for Milan. He's been a big part of them not conceding more than just the 2 goals. 5 saves this evening for Mike Maignan. And he is in a bit of hurt and pain, and it doesn't look good for him. He's got his shirt over his face, so I think he might be really upset by that. So Magnan's going to have to leave the field, which is not what you want to see. It's really sad to see, and he gets applauded off the field. But Lorenzo Torriani, the 19-year-old, thrown into the deep end in the Champions League, and he is going to have to try and perform here. So a substitute there for Milan, and yeah, Maignan is really, I don't want to say inconsolable, because I can't see his face, but I'm guessing he's covered his face to really shield his disappointment and upset having to come off there. So Maignan off the field there, and they've put out a very helpful graphic on this evening. I don't know if that was involved in the first game this evening, in the Villa game, but I certainly didn't see it. The available substitutions is like little markers below the team's names on the scoreboard here on the graphic, on the Champions League feed, and Milan have just gone down to 4 available subs, obviously. But of course, 5 substitutes, 3 different occasions is the rule in football now. And Milan have just used up one of their substitutes and an available slot for their substitutes, as Milan try and get a bit of early possession. Tomori. Pulisic tries to link it up with Calabria as Tsimikas blocks the Calabria cross. Throw in for Milan. Calabria to Pulisic, back to Calabria again. Now Tomori, as Calabria there just shoved off the ball. That's a bit cynical by Alexis McAllister, which is going to get him a yellow card. So a free kick there to Milan, and a yellow card for Alexis McAllister of Liverpool. Shakes his head at that one, but I mean, it's pretty cynical, to be honest. There's not much intent, no need really at all for that. United have made it 5 against Barnsley, so they're cruise control heading into the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. 5-0 now. Marcus Rashford adding his 2nd of the night. And Leyton Orient have gone down to 10 against Brentford, so it's 3-1 to Brentford. Leyton Orient down to 10. Here's Tomori. Back to the new goalkeeper for Milan, Torriani. As Teo Hernandez is blocked off there by Alexander-Arnold, so throw into Milan in their own half. So every game of our 4 late games, all with 1 goal in it, as it stands. Throw into Milan on the right-hand side. Their left-hand side, that is. Actually, as Pulisic tried to head it forward, Van Dijk to clear it away. Teo Hernandez to head it back again as McAllister brings it down to Alexander-Arnold, who switches it to his opposite fullback in Tsimikas. Now Jota back to Virgil van Dijk. Now Tsimikas with another goal in Munich to tell you about. I'll get there. I'll go there now, actually. It was the starting of the comeback for Dinamo Zagreb, but it held upon the condition that they didn't concede anymore. And they have conceded another. It's 4-2 to Bayern Munich. Harry Kane with his 2nd of the night from a rebound from a Joshua Kimmich shot. Rebounded off the keeper, and Harry Kane was there to pick up the pieces. It is 4-2 to Zagreb, or to Munich, sorry. 4-2 there. As Milan come forward, Leao tried to beat his way past, but flag's actually gone up against Rafael Leao, so even though he was blocked off, Liverpool will get a free kick for the offside as they play it quickly. Jota now finds Gakpo off the left. Gakpo against Calabria. Looks to step in field, plays it to Jota at the edge of the box. Now legs it up for Tsimikas, who I don't know if he wanted to go for the shot there, but he certainly ballooned it behind. Certainly a defender's shot, shall we say. Costa Tsimikas, goal kick to Milan. Well worked move again. Jota and Gakpo, but then the fullback just kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't even spot Costa Tsimikas. Come out of nowhere, completely unmarked on the overlap, and had that shot ridiculously well wide. But I mean, if he had a better right foot, probably could have been more threatening to Milan. It's Gakpo pressing again. Jota trying to get the ball forward, but just a bit too far forward that time. "11 minutes gone in the second half. Liverpool still leading by 2-1. And I think Bayern, remember, Bayern were leading by 3 goals before they conceded 2 goals. It was 3-2. Well, they have restored their 3-goal lead. It's now 5-2. And Harry Kane with his hat-trick on the night. 2 rebound goals in a matter of minutes has Bayern 5-2 up. So they've restored that 3-goal lead. Here's Tsimikas. Back to McAllister. Now Gravenberch. Alexander-Arnold. Salah. Salah looking for the run over the top. Szoboszlai tried to get involved. Szoboszlai on the turn. Took it off the toes of Jota, and they're complaining about that as the shot comfortably into the hands of Torriani, the substitute keeper there for Milan. I can confirm, I mean, we keep going back to Munich. We may as well live in Munich at this point. There's not been another goal. That 5th goal has just been ruled out by VAR, so 4-2 it remains. Honestly, every time we come back to this game in Milan, we're right back to Munich. Here's Gakpo striding away with the ball. Just got caught there as Fofana tried to play it through the lines and got a bit nervy. It goes back to Torriani as Liverpool tried to press, but here's Calabria. Now finds Yusuf Fofana. Pavlovic to Tomori. Through the lines, finds Pulisic. Looks to take on Tsimikas, but Reinders gets involved now. Plays it back infield to Pulisic. Nice to switch it to Leao. Lovely ball. Chested down by Leao. The cutback. Well tracked by McAllister, who clears it away for Liverpool. Pavlovic, though, tries to keep Milan on the front foot. Spins it out wide to Hernandez. Hernandez with a cross. Blocked by Konate. Cleared away. Reinders, though. Right to Calabria. Centre of the pitch. Calabria finds Pavlovic. Now Loftus-Cheek. Better play from Milan. Here's Leao. On the edge of the box on the left-hand side. Watching him all the way is Alexander-Arnold. Leao can't get away through. Back to Hernandez. So Pavlovic with a cross. Morata somehow brought that down, and he was brought down. And I think the referee, has gonna say free kick to Liverpool. He went down, and the crowd, I think, won a penalty. But let's see this again. Cross from Pavlovic. He brings it down deftly, beautifully. And then Gakpo tries to stretch for the ball. Is that a penalty? I don't think so. Well, they're calling handball for a penalty. That's not a penalty. Go diving to the floor there, Morata. And it's not handball. So no penalty for me on either of those occasions. But Milan wanted it, but I don't think they're going to get it. I think the referee's given it against them. I think he's given a free kick here to Liverpool, I do believe. For a possible dive. Or what they would call officially simulation. I wouldn't quite say simulation. And I think the referee has said no penalty, and he's now gone over to give a yellow card to Paulo Fonseca. So the head coach gets a yellow. He's saying why. I'm guessing it's because of arguing with the decision, but I didn't see anything. Nonetheless, yellow card for the head coach of Milan, but Liverpool end up getting a free kick out of it as Van Dijk looks to hook it round the corner. Salah coming back, linking up with Alexander-Arnold. Salah. Now Szoboszlai looking to flick it over the top as Alexander-Arnold breaks down the right. Skips past his man and just couldn't find him on the inside as McAllister battling one-on-one. Still struggling with the ball around three players, but couldn't get anything out of that McAllister as Liverpool now have to track back because here comes Hernandez. Bit end-to-end at the moment, this game. Szoboszlai just eases his way back. Morata flies to the floor. Hernandez, flies to the floor. Now Gakpo wants to come the other end. And the referee again lets that one roll. He's letting the game run a bit, the referee. That's good refereeing, I think. Really good refereeing. Have to be honest. We have another goal in Munich. I'm just hearing. It's a fifth goal for Bayern. That one will stand. Harry Kane does get his hat-trick. It's 5-2. Or actually, no, it's not Harry Kane. I've been informed incorrectly. It's Michael Olise, second of the night. Olise's on a hat-trick there. So 5-2 to Bayern. Here is Pulisic, taking up a much more central role at the minute here, Pulisic. Trying to find Calabria on the overlap. Long ball forward, Calabria takes it on the right flank, looking to win a throw-in off Tsimikas, and does so. So throw into it, Milan. Back to Pulisic. Has to go all the way back to Tomori. Now across to Pavlovic. Milan have certainly tried to battle a bit more, try to be much more involved. Certainly trying to push back to get an equalizer here. In this one, as Tsimikas does well at battling with Calabria. Neither of them touch it. And Torriani's ball goes out for a Liverpool throw. I'll have to say, maybe substitutes could come into action here for Liverpool. They've got bodies off the bench, the likes of Chiesa, Nunez and Diaz, so they could swap all their front three if they wish to. Here's Szoboszlai, try to find Salah. Just cut out, but that was a really good attempt as Milan will get a free kick here for a foul on Theo Hernandez by Dominic Szoboszlai, who claims he didn't hear the whistle initially there as he tried to get the ball away. I don't think that's a foul. Alright, I don't think that's more than just a foul. It is a free kick, but trying to play games there, Dominic Szoboszlai. Right, so as I was saying, it may be just that substitutes could come into this action of this moment of the game. Could be important, albeit still a long way to go, as here's Gravenberch. Jota around the corner. Again, holds on to it well, Jota. Back to Szoboszlai. I think Liverpool in midfield have certainly grown into the game and been strong physically through the middle, but majority of their width has been their biggest point. Salah and Gakpo have been their big threats in the wide areas. As Gakpo again finds Tsimikas. Back to McAllister round the corner for Szoboszlai. Takes the touch, doesn't want to take the shots. Torriani closes down the angle as Tsimikas has the shot dragged wide, but that's another big chance for Liverpool gone a begging. That's beautiful ball in behind by McAllister. Szoboszlai does well to not kind of rush the shot, and then he just cuts it back to Tsimikas, who spins across the ball and just goes wide of the right post. It was a free area in the far corner if he'd have found it, but off target that from Tsimikas. On target into that far corner, it would have been 3-1, but albeit off target it was. 26 minutes to go in Milan. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 2. We have a goal to tell you about in Lisbon. And it is the 11 men of Sporting that have doubled the lead. It is Sporting 2, Lille 0. So 2-0 to Sporting there, I believe. They keep giving me that false sense of security of not knowing who scored it. Zeno de Bast, the Dutchman, has scored for Sporting, so it is 2-0 there. I'm just going to see the goal here now, as Tsimikas has given away a free kick here in Milan. Yeah, just a bit of a tug on Pulisic there. Oh my goodness me! Fabulous goal by Zeno de Bast. I've just seen the goal. I talked about some big goals earlier on, some absolute bangers. Yıldız's one was certainly the pick of the night, but Zeno de Bast has certainly put the cat amongst the pigeons there, really. Has made it 2-0 to Sporting, but he certainly had a competition to goal of the night. Wow, what an effort. Fabulous. Lille without a shot in the game, considering they're down to 10 now, but just say it again for Sporting, as Liverpool have a throw in deep in their own half. I want to see this goal again. It is absolutely crisp, as you like. Oh my goodness me. That is absolutely incredible. Fabulous. Top bins in the top left corner. Couldn't have been any sweeter. Here come Liverpool. Szoboszlai. Now to Gakpo. Gakpo's got bodies with him. Gakpo goes himself into the box. Strides off a man across. Szoboszlai. 3-1. Liverpool make the numbers count. And Dominic Szoboszlai adds another to Liverpool's tally. And a bit of headroom in this game. And Liverpool looking to take this game away from the hosts. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 3 in Milan. And a bit of luck off the leg of Szoboszlai, but it's beautiful football initially. Szoboszlai plays it to Gakpo. Gakpo ticks on his man, speeds past him, and the cutback is beautiful. Pinpoint onto the right boot of Szoboszlai, who adjusted beautifully, and I apologise, I thought it was a bit of luck. It's a fabulous adjustment with his right kind of boot off his instep. That's fabulous finish. Great adjustment by Dominic Szoboszlai. And they now lead by 3-1 Liverpool, just as Arne Slot was about to make a double substitution as well. We have a goal in Madrid to tell you about in a moment. We'll get there in a big moment because there's a double substitution incoming here for Liverpool. Jota and Gakpo are going to make way, so two attackers coming off. Cody Gakpo and Diogo Jota. And Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz are coming on for Liverpool, so a double substitution there. A goal in Madrid to tell you about. I can tell you it is an equalizer for Stuttgart. I said it was a close game. Mbappe with the opener, and Stuttgart have the leveller with about 20 minutes to go. Dennis Undav, another former Brighton player, has levelled for Stuttgart. It is Real Madrid 1. Dennis Undav with the equaliser for Stuttgart 1. The champions are being held at home by VfB Stuttgart this evening. The German side are back level. 1-1. Lots of goals around the grounds. Everybody is exciting us tonight. It's been a fabulous night so far. We're still about 20 minutes to go, but it's been a fabulous night so far at Champions League action. It's great to have you with us. Thank you very much for joining us. I can't tell you how much we appreciate your involvement and your kind of interaction and your your presence tonight, for want of a better word. Thank you very much for joining us. You're all appreciated, and if you would hit that like button, subscribe and turn on post notifications, it'll be greatly appreciated, and we appreciate each and every one of you who have joined us this evening for this one. 20 minutes to go though, and I think Milan are going to make a double substitution of their own here at the moment. Loftus-Cheek and Calabria are going to make way, and Tammy Abraham and Emerson Royal are going to come on, both former players from the capital in London. Abraham formerly of Chelsea and Emerson Royal formerly of Tottenham are both coming on to replace Calabria and Loftus-Cheek, who also was formerly of Chelsea, Loftus-Cheek as well. So double substitution there from AC Milan, looking to rescue something out of this game if they can late on with a double substitution, and they can do so if they work hard. And they've got Tammy Abraham, who is certainly capable of it. And Van Dijk spun it out to Alexander-Arnold, who looks to pump it over the top. Nunez made the run. Salah will pick up the second ball. Now Szoboszlai has his shot, or his pass blocked. Salah picks it up. Now Nunez trying to battle. Spins back to Alexander-Arnold. Bodies in the box here for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold. Back to Gravenberch, who's been quietly under the radar. Ryan Gravenberch doing his job well, as he has done all through his appearances so far this season. Gravenberch, again, nice work. Finds McAllister. Now McAllister to Luis Diaz. Diaz back to McAllister. Nice. Tsimikas on the overlap. Tsimikas with a cross. Headed away that time in there, in the middle. And I think that was Teo Hernandez, it might have been. And Liverpool giving away a free kick there. McAllister again committing that foul. Free kick to Milan. Another goal in Munich. An absolute goal fest in Munich this evening. And Bayern have added another. It's a 6th on the night for the Germans. The 2020 Champions League winners. And Harry Kane has his hat-trick. I've said it 3 times tonight. Harry Kane has his hat-trick. A brace of penalties as well. His third has come from a penalty. It is Bayern 6, Dinamo Zagreb 2. An 8-goal thriller in Munich. Wow. What a night of action. And we still have a bit to go, remember. Great. That's what we love about the Champions League. It's fabulous. There's Alisson called into action here. Oh, he's played it short. Tammy Abraham has an open net, but he's completely missed the target there. Alisson just getting a bit too comfortable on that one. As Konate clears away, and Szoboszlai will just see it off Teo Hernandez for a Liverpool throw. Alisson apologising to his captain there for just... I mean, he made a mess of that. I don't know whether he wanted to make a touch or pass it first time, but whatever he did, it didn't work. Maybe counting himself lucky that Liverpool weren't in a much more of a bother there. Alisson to Van Dijk. Now Konate back to Alisson again. In the corner. Liverpool just passing the ball around at the back. Milan still applying a lot of pressure. Liverpool not feeling that pressure at the moment with that 3-1 lead. Here's Nunez charging forward down the right. Nunez up against Hernandez and didn't win the throw that time. Last touch off Darwin Nunez, but it's a close one, I have to say, as Hernandez plays it quick. Milan don't want to waste any time. Leao down the left up against Konate. Gets sped past. Leao across. Well blocked off that time by the backtracking Gravenberch, who gets massive praise from his 2 centre-backs there, who knew they were in trouble. And Leao played himself onside down that left. Really good work by Leao. Just burst of pace past Konate, who wasn't ready for it. It was a step behind, and Leao tried to cut it back, and Gravenberch had it covered. That's fabulous tracking back by Ryan Gravenberch there. And as I said, the appreciation felt by his captain and Ibrahima Konate as well, as the corner taken short, and this shot from distance is high and wide from Tiani Reinders. Lots of Dutchmen involved this evening. A total of 4 Dutch players started this evening, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4 Dutch players, 3 for Liverpool, 1 for AC Milan, Tiani Reinders, and then the 3 Liverpool players of Ryan Gravenberch, Virgil van Dijk and Cody Gakpo. All Dutch players, so a lot of Dutch involvement tonight, although a lot of English involvement as well tonight. A couple of English players involved as well. Anyway, Tammy Abraham has just been penalised here for a foul at the back, so free kick to Liverpool. I can tell you from the Irish Premiership, it is finished 0-0 at Solitude between Cliftonville and Linfield. So the top 2 in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, in Belfast couldn't be separated, so it is a point apiece there in the Irish Premiership. In a couple of those games in the Carabao Cup should be coming to a close very shortly. Looks like they might be going to penalties at Deepdale between Preston and Fulham. That's gone into additional time at 1-1, so might be penalties on the cards there. We will wait and see. We'll let you know what happens there. There's another goal in Munich. We'll get there in a moment, because Liverpool have a corner here on the right hand side, so let's just talk you through this first. So Tsimikas to deliver, left footed, whips it high into the box, and Van Dijk just over the bar. Maybe wants another. There, Virgil van Dijk clearly frustrated with his own technique there. We have another goal, as I mentioned, in Munich. I have to say, Vincent Kompany, his Champions League debut as a manager for Bayern, has gone swimmingly this evening, albeit against the side they should be beating. They are beating them massively. It's 5 goals difference now. 7-2 to Bayern Munich. I mean, they did absolutely whip Barcelona 8-2 a number of years ago, but not the same opposition. Not quite 8-2 just yet. And Harry Kane with another penalty. A hat-trick of penalties for Harry Kane. And 4 in total on the night. Here's Leao. Plays it to Morata. Now Leao for Milan. Out wide it goes on the right-hand side. As Royale plays it across to Morata, who made a mess of that one and hit it well wide. Goal kick to Liverpool. Tammy Abraham starting to cause a few issues, but Liverpool dealing with that situation, and ultimately Morata making a mess of that situation, to be honest. Van Dijk back to Alisson. Tried to spin it out wide, but Alisson got a bit muddled there on that one, as Abraham picks it up now up against Konate. Abraham blocked off by Konate, and now Szoboszlai comes away with it and finds it off to Salah. It's a 3-on-3 here for Liverpool. Salah tries to find Nunez. Nunez breaking in behind Darwin Nunez. Had his shot blocked there. Corner incoming. Yeah, he was battling against Tamori. He tried to shoot Nunez, and ultimately, with the power of the shot, just deflected off Tamori and goes behind for the corner. Diaz was lurking though. Could have been an option, but Nunez, as a striker does, wants to take the shot. Albeit Liverpool get a corner. They get a 4th, and this game is dead and buried, really. But at 3-1, you never know. Nonetheless, Liverpool pushing for a 4th. Trying to find a 4th. Let's see. Corner incoming here on the right-hand side. Already scored from 2 set pieces tonight, Liverpool. This time Alexander-Arnold will take it from the right-hand side. Right-footed, out-swinger. Curling away from goal, but Morata was there to clear it. Not fully, though, as Hernandez has a bit of work to do against Diaz, and clears his lines. And that will just stay in. Looked like it was bouncing out for a moment, but it stayed in. So Tsimikas gets it back to Alisson. So, let's just tell you the story around Europe this evening. Bayern absolutely obliterating Dinamo Zagreb by 7-2. It is 3-1 to Liverpool here in Milan this evening. Also, it is 2-0 to Sporting, so those three sides on the course of 3 points. But the champions, who are looking to defend their title, have a bit of work to do yet, because it is 1-1 heading into the final 10 minutes. Mbappe gave Real Madrid the lead before Dennis Undav levelled from Stuttgart, so it is 1-1 there in Madrid. Could there be something on the cards there, or will there be a late winner incoming? Liverpool going to make another change then. Joe Gomez is going to be coming on, and Trent Alexander-Arnold's coming off, but Alexander-Arnold a bit unhappy that he has to be rushed off by the referee. Sounded a bit of time wasting, the referee getting involved, and Alexander-Arnold with a wry smile applauds the visiting and travelling Liverpool fans up in the golds inside San Siro, and currently look to be watching their side get off to another win and a first win in the Champions League for this season, it seems, at this rate. Stuttgart are not giving up for a draw here. I have to say, I've just been watching, just been looking off to the side, and it looks like they're pushing for a winner here. I don't want to kind of preempt anything, but it is 1-1, and Stuttgart are still threatening. Let's just leave it at that for now. 3-1 to Liverpool then here in Milan. About 10 minutes or so to go. Liverpool have just made their third substitution of the game, so they've 2 to make. Both teams have 2 substitutions left to make, but they have to make them in one go. Otherwise, they can't make 2 substitutions. Szoboszlai tried to start it through to Salah, but well blocked off as Hernandez tries to get Milan forward. Here's Abraham. Konate tries to step in. Ends up taking out Tammy Abraham and getting himself a yellow card for his troubles there. Does Ibrahima Konate. Lots of goal scoring going on at Old Trafford, I can tell you about. I said Bayern had scored 7 tonight. Manchester United have scored 7 as well. Very rare that happens, but they have against Barnsley. Marcus Rashford got the 5th. Christian Eriksen has got the 6th and the 7th. So it is 7-0 to Manchester United against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. To say they're cruising through to the next round is a bit of an understatement. Penalties currently ongoing at Goodison, where Everton and Southampton couldn't be separated at 1-1, so it is still it is gone to penalties there. There are waiting penalties at Deepdale between Preston and Fulham, so we'll tell you about the penalties there in a moment when that comes through to us, or when the final scores come through from those games. Here's Konate. Back to Alisson. Now Virgil van Dijk, who was charged down there by Morata, and Van Dijk will get the goal kick out of it. Ultimately, yeah, it's just a bit of a loose challenge by Konate that got him the yellow card there. Stretched for it, got nowhere near the ball, and just took out the man. It is a yellow card and no more. Goal in Madrid. I said Stuttgart were pushing for a winner, but all fated attempts, because Real Madrid have retaken the lead. Who would have doubted them? I tell you, never doubt Real Madrid in the Champions League, because they always find a way. Antonio Rudiger, who had a penalty disallowed against him earlier in the game, has just scored what could be the winner for the champions. It is Real Madrid 2, Stuttgart 1. And stern-faced Carlo Ancelotti hasn't changed his expression. Certainly not been a comfortable night for the champions, but it looks to be a winning night at the moment for them. Antonio Rudiger with a header from a corner has got Real Madrid back in front. 2-1. Here's Gravenberch. Now Szoboszlai. Back to McAllister. 8 minutes to go here in San Siro, and Liverpool just seem to be managing this game now at 3-1. Here's Diaz. Back to McAllister. Diaz again. Another goal in Munich. Goodness me. This could be double figures soon. It is now 8-2 to Bayern Munich. 8-2. Let that sink in. 8-2. Incredible. Here come Liverpool. Szoboszlai and Nunez just hit it wide. Tried to adjust there, Nunez on the spin, but did well to get a clean connection on it, but nowhere near the target. 8-2 or 3-1 here. 8-2 in Munich. Everything they hit turns to goals at the moment there for Bayern. Where they were 3-2 up at the start, 3-0 up at the start of the half. They got all the way back to 3-2, Zagreb, but they have conceded 5 in a row. Leroy Sané with the 8th goal has given Bayern a 6-goal lead now in Munich. Double change incoming there for Milan. Okafor and Gabia have just replaced Tomori and Morata. So double substitution there for Milan. So they have no substitutes left. Their substitution game is done this evening. Liverpool still have 2 if they wish to make them, but have to be made at the same time, of course. Yeah, Konate battling with Leao there. Liverpool winning the free kick, but Konate left in a bit of pain, but is okay to continue. I don't know if Morata was still complaining about that penalty from earlier on in the game that he wanted. I think he was pointing to his hand and tapping his hand, so I don't know whether he's still complaining about a penalty. Here's Pulisic, steps in field again, and a cross, still not cleared away, as it's well charged down by Liverpool. Gomez to clear it. The shot from Hernandez just goes wide. That was close. Maybe a bit sloppy there from Liverpool, just giving it away just unnecessarily at the back, and maybe just getting a bit too complacent in this one, and that may be just a bit of a scare. That Theo Hernandez opportunity. This game isn't done and dusted just yet. It's still there, you know. Albeit Liverpool leading 3-1 with 5 minutes to go, but we've seen Dinamo Zagreb score 2 goals in 5 minutes away from home. It's not impossible. It's a great penalty shootout at Goodison Park, I have to tell you. 5 penalties apiece, all of them scored by Everton and Southampton. So you head into sudden death in that one at Goodison. We'll update you when the final score comes in from that. Here is Diaz, pumped over the top by Szoboszlai, and Nunez in behind again. The bounce led him away with that one, and the keeper ultimately doing well there. Torriani, I think the flag was up against Nunez anyway, so didn't matter. Yeah, Nunez was just offside, but the bounce caught him out there as he tried to battle with Torriani. I have to say, the 19-year-old has done very well since coming on the field. He's not been called in a massive amounts of action, let's be honest, but he's made 2 saves so far in this game. I have to be honest, you know, a 19-year-old thrown in at the deep end, 2-1 down at home against Liverpool, who look to be plumping at the keeper constantly. They were absolutely firing it at Mike Magna, but since having come on, albeit maybe Liverpool going 3-1 up kind of settled them a bit more, but Torriani's done a really good job in the goal, and I have to give him a bit of praise. A 19-year-old being thrown in at goalkeeper in a Champions League game is certainly one to be pressured by, but he's looked really calm tonight, and I have to give him a bit of praise. As Diaz was kind of pushed to the ground there, but I think he came up with he has got a bit of pain, so we will see. Final score at Goodison. Everton are out of the cup. So not only have they lost all 4 league games to start the campaign, but Everton have been knocked out by the side that have also lost all 4 league games in the Premier League this season, Southampton, on penalties, 6-5. Southampton scored all 6 of their penalties. Everton scored all 5 in the build-up to the deadlock there. Sudden death, that's what I was trying to get. And it ended 6-5 to Southampton. You're through to the next round. Everton are out again at the cup. I think at the same stage they were knocked out last season, the 3rd round. Nonetheless, that is the final score there. The final score should be coming in elsewhere very shortly, as header well wide there from Milan. They're still trying to fight back in this game. I have to give it to Milan. Yes, they're 3-1 down, and maybe the game has just gone past them, but they are still battling. Gabbia was the one that had that header just well wide, but you know, still trying to threaten Liverpool. Albeit, I've only had 6 shots tonight compared to Liverpool's 20. So Liverpool 10 shots on target with only just the 1 from Milan. So a very big gulf in the ultimate difference there between the attacking qualities of the sides on show tonight. Lille had thought they got a goal back in Lisbon, but that goal has been ruled out, so it is 2-0 to Sporting. So 10-man Lille thought they could have a late comeback, but 2-0 it remains. And another goal in Munich. I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe that coming into tonight that I will be saying this. Bayern Munich 9, Dinamo Zagreb 2. 11 goals tonight. Incredible. Double figures is only 1 goal away, and there's about 2.5 minutes of normal time to go. It's not impossible. Leon Goretzka with the 9th for Bayern. I can't believe that I'm saying that. This is history. Fabulous. What a way to get the new format of the Champions League underway. 9 goals from Bayern Munich tonight, and I wouldn't rule out a 10th. Genuinely wouldn't. What a debut of Champions League management for Bayern, for Vincent Kompany. Wow. 9-2. As Leao comes forward for Milan. Tried to get a cross in. Konate deals with that situation as Liverpool play out with Szoboszlai. Skips past his man. That's lovely footwork from Szoboszlai. Now Nunez finds it to Salah. Salah on the right flank. He's got Diaz across. Salah chops back, wants to shoot himself. Blocked off. 6 added minutes here at Milan. As Gomez tries to curl it. And not particularly dealt with convincingly there as Pavlovic hooks it away, but Liverpool keep on the front foot. And that wild effort is certainly wild. Goal kick. Simicast there involved again. Still 3-1. Yeah. Certainly not one to worry the goalkeeper there at all from Simicast. Another great penalty shootout between Preston and Fulham. All 5 of their penalties. Both teams have scored 5 penalties. Sudden death incoming there. A deep deal between Preston and Fulham. Wow. Man United have beaten Barnsley by 7-0. Crystal Palace beat QPR by 2-1. Brentford won 3-1, so they're all through. Everton knocked out, of course, against Southampton on penalties. And Stoke beat Fleetwood by 2-1 on penalties as well. And a penalty shootout, a deep deal, still ongoing as we're about to see another double change from Liverpool. And Liverpool fans will be very happy with the man we're about to see enter the fray. They've been calling for him since he was signed a few weeks ago to make an appearance. Hasn't made an appearance in the Matchday squad up to this point. Not deemed fit enough to be in the squad. He is in the squad tonight, and he is about to make a cameo of at least a couple of minutes here in Milan for Liverpool, as their 2 substitutions are incoming. Their 2 remaining substitutions are coming on in the moment. Liverpool, I'll tell you those as and when it happens, as they're not going to happen. So Mo Salah is going to be replaced by a new Liverpool debutant in Federico Chiesa. And Alexis McAllister is going to make way, and he's going to be replaced by Wataru Endo. So I did say they could make a change to all of their front 3, Liverpool. Well, they have done that. They have changed their complete front 3. They have that depth and quality. 6 senior attackers. 2 for each position. Incredible for Liverpool. And depth. And Federico Chiesa makes his first cameo for the Reds. Albeit not in red, but for the Reds, for Liverpool. And Wataru Endo as well, entering the late stages here in Milan. 3 and a bit minutes to go in this one. Liverpool look to be getting off the mark. Back to winning ways, of course, after their shock defeat at home at the weekend. A bounce back needed, and albeit conceding early on in this one, They have found that comeback. They've found that way. And they bossed the game and have been bossing the game, albeit they've kind of stepped off the mark the last 10 minutes with that 3-1, just trying to manage the game, being a bit sloppy. And Milan have tried to capitalise upon that, but so far Liverpool deservedly leading 3-1 and deservedly should win this game. Ultimately, would deserve 3 points tonight. They've been the better side. They've played really good football. I think the amount of attacking quality they've had has been really fabulous to watch at times. And you know, we talk about a Liverpool side under a new regime, under new management. Is it going to be a choppy waters for them to start, Liverpool? But considering the fact that, you know, they've had some tough games, albeit very winnable games. The Man United game away was the toughest of their games, and they won that comfortably, the most comfortably of any of the games that they've played this season. But the last game, Nottingham Forest, a shock at home. It's not going to be plain sailing, but that could have been a massive kind of derailment for Liverpool, could have been a mentality breaker. But ultimately, you know, they've bounced back tonight, and it seems to be, as Milan trying whipping across there, Gomez to hook it up into the air. I'll wait a moment, actually, as Milan bring it down in the box. Konate to head it away, and Gomez to flick it clear again, and went Endo trying to get it away as he boots it up the field. But they've bounced back tonight, Liverpool, and they've shown their quality on the ball, and they've shown their ability to kind of threaten teams and be amongst the best in Europe. As here's Diaz into the box. They want to add another. Well closed off as Diaz battles back, and Nunez nicks it away from his man and has the shot straight at the keeper. Nunez, you can see, a bit frustrated by that, but it was a decent effort. Good save by Torriani. And ultimately, Milan's counter-attack comes to nothing as we have about 90 seconds to go. Another goal in Madrid this evening, and that has wrapped it up. Real Madrid, the champions, now leading by 3-1 there. That goal scored by Endrick, one of their new signings. Two of their new signings scoring on their Champions League debuts for the club. 3-1 to Real Madrid. Final score, Bayern beating Dinamo Zagreb by 9-2. I can't believe I'm saying that. And Sporting 2-0 winners at home against Lille. Just waiting on the final score from this one as the final whistle's gone in Madrid. Real Madrid winning by 3-1 against Stuttgart, who put up a task on Madrid tonight. But Madrid's quality shone through. 3-1 winners there. The champions off to a winning start. Remember, we'll run you through all the scores tonight before we leave you. Plus, we'll have a quick look at the table before we leave you this evening as well. So don't worry about that. That's coming. That is coming. We will show you the league table before we go this evening. As Liverpool give away a late free kick. I think the referee thought he was going to blow the final whistle there. Bit excited there, ref. Still a bit of time to go, although the 6 minutes are now up. I'm waiting on that final whistle to come. It's still playing at the moment. As Milan control the ball, but one back by Chiesa. Now Liverpool looking to break, but Szoboszlai stopped in his tracks. As Milan come back with the ball. Just over 30 seconds past the 6 minutes. Here's Leao. Tammy Abraham. Shot off the bar, I think. I think I might have hit the post. Goodness me, close there for Milan, but no cigar. And there's the final whistle. All over in Milan. And Arne Slot's birthday present delivered by his players. 3 points and a winning start in the Champions League campaign for the Reds against AC Milan, who put up a battle, took the lead early on through Christian Pulisic, but Liverpool bossed the game after going behind. They got level through Konate's header from a free kick. They got in front from Virgil van Dijk's header from a corner. All four defenders involved in those two goals before Dominic Szoboszlai made it 3, which pretty much sealed the deal for Liverpool with a quarter of the game to go. Final score in Milan, and this opening night of Champions League action, it is finished. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 3. And a bounce back from Liverpool from the weekend's disappointment, shall we say, of that defeat at home to Nottingham Forest, but bounced back with a win in the Champions League. And let's just see all of the scores tonight then. These are the scores, whether you believe what we've seen or not. Let's just have a look at that score in the middle there. But let's have a look at all the scores tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. But this is what we have seen on the opening night of the new Champions League formats. Juventus beat PSV Eindhoven by 3-1. One of the goals of the night scored by Kenan Yildiz, the first ever goal scored in the new Champions League formats. Aston Villa cruised to a 3-0 win over Young Boys for their first game in Europe's elite for 42 years, the first ever Champions League game as it's known in today's format since 1992. So Villa winning off to a winning start. Liverpool followed suit to 2 wins for the 2 English sides as Liverpool won 3-1 against Milan. Bayern Munich put 9 past Dinamo Zagreb. Remember, Bayern Munich were 3-0 up at half time. Zagreb got 2 goals back to back to make it 3-2 before Bayern scored 6 on the bounce to conclude that game 9-2 in the end. Real Madrid ended up beating Stuttgart by 3-1, albeit not without a scare. Stuttgart got them back to 1-1 in that game, but Real Madrid's quality carried through as they won 3-1. And a final score, Sporting beating Lille by 2-0. So not a draw, not a single draw from our first 6 matches. All wins for Juventus, Villa, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Sporting. Well, let's see what that does to the league table then. I think we should be able to show you the top and the bottom. You can probably guess who's at the top and who's at the bottom. This is the order of the league table as it's concluded tonight. Bayern undoubtedly top of the Champions League table. Remember, goal difference means ever more than it ever did. Those 7 extra goals that they have, that plus 7 goal difference, could be huge come the end of these 8 games. Albeit, you never know, but that could be huge. Aston Villa are second on goal difference. Then Liverpool come in third. They're ahead of Juventus, Real Madrid and Sporting, who all won by 2-goal margins this evening, so they make up the top 6. And the teams all below them, all still yet to make their first involvement in the new Champions League format. And this is how the bottom of the table looks for you. I can't quite get to the very bottom, but this is how the bottom of the table looks for you, towards the bottom that is. Dinamo Zagreb, well bottom of the league. Then Young Boys, second bottom. Then Lille, AC Milan, Stuttgart and PSV all riding up the table. That is the way we finish tonight. A Champions League night of new and some of old as well. Some old champions, some old foes meeting up again. But it was certainly one night for Bayern. 9-2 the final score there. What a night for them. What a result. And the English side's also off to a winning start. Thanks for your company. Join us tomorrow as Manchester City take on Inter Milan. A repeat of the 2023 Champions League final tomorrow, 8 o'clock, live on LFS. Thanks for your company tonight. For now, we'll see you tomorrow night. Night-night.